Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host, Fondue. In this week's episode, we're going to celebrate Goat Cheese Month.
Yay, goats!
We're going to talk about alternatives to cow's milk.
Really?
We're talking pigs,
What?
cats,
Oh.
rats,
What?
and cockroaches.
No.
We're going to talk about a Toronto man who put up a billboard to trade string cheese.
What? Why?
And of course, we're going to tell a very cheesy joke.
Yeah, we are.
Stay tuned for Season 2, Episode 14 of Just Cheesy, the podcast. So cheesy, did you know that August is National Goat Cheese Month?
Really?
According to nationaltoday.com, National Goat Cheese Month came into existence in August of 1998. It was started by the American Cheese Society.
Nice.
On the website iloveimportedcheese.com, they say that goats were some of the first animals kept by humans, and they're saying it was over 9,000 years ago.
Holy cow.
They say in what is now Iran that a deal was made with wild goats.
Okay.
They would feed and protect them,
Right.
and they would get milk and hides and meat in return.
Nice.
They say that goats were part of religious rituals.
Whoa.
They were included in dowries, and it says here that wealth was measured in goats.
Holy cow.
Goats can produce milk in very difficult environments,
Ooh.
such as arid or mountainous regions.
Wow.
They've even been called the poor man's cow,
Aw.
mostly because they're easier to raise.
Nice.
It's likely that the Moors took goats to France in the 8th century AD.
Wow.
And it's the French that made goat's milk cheese and called it chèvre. Goat's milk is higher in fatty acids but lower in protein. But it's the lower amount of milk protein that gives it a smooth, creamy texture.
Yum.
Did you know there's lots of different animals that can be milked for cheese beyond cows?
Yep.
In Season 1, Episode 1, we talked about a few. Do you remember?
I do. There were cows and goats
We had sheep,
and horses
yak,
and camel,
donkey, moose,
llama.
and one more.
Reindeer.
But through all of that, we never talked about pig's milk cheese.
Pig?
And that's because it's very difficult to get.
Yeah.
I don't mean the cheese is hard to find. I mean the milk is hard to get.
Ugh.
Pigs don't take kindly to being milked.
Nope.
They get extremely aggressive,
Ugh.
and they only produce milk every 2 hours for about 30 seconds.
Ugh.
So you have to be very fast.
Yeah.
And this is all according to thecheesemakingworkshop.com.au. There's no automation here. Pigs have to be milked by hand.
Wow.
But there are a couple of people that have actually made it work.
Really?
Brooklyn-born Chef Edward Lee got some pig milk by, they say here, creeping up on the sows while they were asleep.
Oh.
A Dutch farmer named Eric Stenek made a cheese called Piggy Palace.
Piggy Palace.
He had 22 free-range pigs. They apparently were very happy. They had a play area, a slide, and a trampoline.
A trampoline.
According to Oddity Central, he made this cheese to just see if it would work.
Wow.
It's very labor-intensive, and they say it's got a chalky texture.
Ew.
The cheese was sold to benefit children's cancer,
Nice.
and it fetched over $2,300 per kilogram, or over $5,000 a pound.
Holy cow.
This makes it more expensive than donkey or pule cheese, which goes for about $500 a pound.
Wow.
Frankly, I thought this next one was a joke.
Really?
Cat's milk cheese.
Cat?
Oh yeah, you heard me right. Cat's milk cheese. According to MarcellaTheCheesemonger.com, it says that cat milk has long been a popular gourmet food in Eastern Europe,
Sure.
and that it has a smooth finish and subtle seafood undertones.
Okay.
Taste is influenced by breed.
Wow.
Siamese cats are the most highly prized, while the milk of larger cats like tigers and lions have a more robust flavor.
Wow.
Cat cheese, not a sponsor,
Nope.
but if they were, their ad would go right here. We've talked goats, pigs, and cats. Now it's time to talk rats.
What?
The big question is, can you make cheese from rat milk?
I doubt it.
According to Fat Tony on The Simpsons, who had a rat milking company, you sure could. And according to a website called hoaxes.org,
Okay.
they say there used to be a website called the Federation of Rodent Cheesemakers.
Oh my.
The author of the website acknowledges it was a spoof, but he did address the question of how you would make cheese from rat milk.
Really?
He said it would take 674 rats to produce the 31 kilograms of milk that one dairy cow produces each day.
Well,
It would be remarkably good. It contains high protein
yeah?
and would only produce about 0.003% of the methane that comes from a dairy cow.
Wow.
And while there is no such thing as rat's milk cheese, there is such a thing as rat's milk.
Really?
The website bioivt.com talks about rat's milk,
Really?
containing a wide range of vitamins, minerals, cells, microorganisms, growth factors, immunoglobulins, enzymes, and more.
Whoa.
On the website ncbi.nlm.nih.gov, so the rat milk is actually used for investigating the effects of various nutritional, physiological, and chemical interventions on early life development.
Wow.
They say it can provide insight into maternal and offspring health.
Wow.
And if you're wondering how it's collected,
Yeah.
the mother is anesthetized, she is stimulated by a medicine, and then milk is collected into capillary tubes by manually milking the rat.
Whoa.
If that wasn't strange enough,
Yeah.
let's talk about roach milk.
Ew.
This is not at all like dairy milk.
Duh.
The Pacific beetle cockroach has a crystalline structure. The crystalline roach milk is stored in the guts of embryos while they develop.
Yuck.
This is according to a website called a-z-animals.com. The cockroach milk is high in protein, fat, and carbohydrates. It's the only known milk alternative to have 9 amino acids.
Okay.
And if it were made for human consumption, it would have 3 times as many calories as cow's milk.
Still yuck.
There's no way to get the milk without the death of the cockroach.
Aw.
It would be very labor intensive,
Yeah.
and it would take about 400 cockroaches to fill a single shot glass with milk.
Holy cow.
So it's highly unlikely we'll be making cheese from it anytime soon.
Yay.
It's time for my favorite segment.
This week in cheese.
According to the TorontoSun.com, a gentleman named Mr. Domingo put money into a billboard to try to trade a piece of black diamond string cheese in plastic packaging.
Why?
The ad reads, attempting trades for 1 cheese string, marble flavor, still in original packaging. No lowballs. I know what I have.
Oh, wow.
He's had over 200 trade offers.
Holy cow.
His favorites are a box of Lucky Charms cereal with only the marshmallows
Okay.
and landscaping his front yard.
Nice.
The cheese string was a discovery in the refrigerator of his new Toronto home.
Ew.
He said it was just sitting there. I said to myself, everything happens for a reason. There's got to be a reason why this is here, and it can't be by coincidence.
Wow.
If he doesn't get a trade that he likes, he might just eat the cheese.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
What subject did the dairy physics professor teach?
I have no idea.
String cheese theory. Get it? String
Wow.
cheese theory?
That was so silly.
Nope. It was a little bit cheesy. Thanks for sharing your time with us every week.
Thank
If
you.
you haven't already, please subscribe on the app of your choice.
Please.
That way you're sure to get our new episodes every week.
Stay cheesy, everybody.